What's going on, everybody? Welcome to RNG Crypto. It's your boy here with you for another video, guys. And in this video, I'm sharing some really exciting news around Element. If you know, you know, guys. Element is one of my absolute favorite projects. They are launching their nodes on the 17th of March. So we'll jump into what Element is and the reasons why you should be just as excited as I am right now. So I've already condensed a 1 hour long announcement presentation that happened just yesterday to about 20 minutes. That's going to come right after this. Before we jump into that, I wanted to do three things, guys. Quickly give you an idea of what Element does, show you why it's such a huge opportunity, and then share my referral link, which, by the way, is down below. I guess I already shared it. So with that said, guys, let's jump into this. So here, Element Digital Economy. So they're going to partner with mines to digitize their precious elements. So basically all the elements that are in the ground, if it's a gold mine with tens of billions of dollars worth of gold in ground, they're going to digitize that and work with those gold mines to limit their extraction of those minerals. That's one thing. And why it even makes sense for the gold mines and all of that, again, coming up in this announcement presentation. All right, they're going to stop mining, protecting the environment, kind of touched on that already. And they're also creating a game with NFTs to really gamify this whole idea. And it's, I mean, what they're doing, again, it blows my mind. It's absolutely amazing. I love what they're doing. It's so bullish, guys. There's really a big uprising right now across the world on making some of these mines more accountable for what they do, especially from a humanitarian perspective. And Element is going to lead the forefront or take charge in actually leading that whole movement, guys. So really exciting stuff. So what is the opportunity here, guys? As you know, I am all about nodes, guys. I have Gala nodes. I have a lot of other nodes, guys. Element nodes are part of what I look at getting into, right? So here you can see I've got Element nodes. I've got 12 Element nodes right now, guys. These things have not yet started, meaning that if you own a node by the 17th of March, you will be getting in at the very beginning, right? Before any halvings, right? Their tokenomics are 50 billion tokens that are going to be distributed total, right? The first year, 25 billion are going to be distributed, meaning that however many node operators there are, right, are going to share 25 billion tokens in the first year. That is a lot of tokens. Okay, I did this for Switch. I did this for Galvin. I had more Galvin nodes than I had Switch nodes, and I've got right now 3.6 million IZE tokens, which are Galvin, and I've got 1.2 million Switch tokens, okay? And I've got a lot more Element smart nodes than I have any of those nodes. So I'm looking at probably hoping between 5 to 20 million Element tokens, guys. So that's just sort of a projection. There's absolutely no guarantee on how many tokens we get exactly. But if you have a smart node, it's going to be in the millions after a year. It's going to be in the millions, okay? It's simple as that. All right, so that's why we want to get in the beginning, right? Get those millions of tokens, and then 2024, 2025, when the market starts picking up, when Element has already introduced a lot of their products and shown to the community or the market that what they're doing is actually taking hold. Who knows what's going to happen? No guarantees, but I mean, it is a bull market, right? So with that said, guys, I hope you enjoy this, right? Make sure you take notes. Watch it all the way through from beginning to end, because all the information is going to be very crucial for you to make an educated decision, but also for you to get really excited about what's going to happen. And also, if you are going to get a node, please use my referral link down below. If you join the Telegram, I will walk you through how to get everything installed, how to get signed up, right? It's really simple. Join the Telegram down below. Use my referral code to get your account created. See you guys after this presentation.
And we've really made this really hard pivot to let's work with mines that are existing, mines that are because we need all these elements, right? Everybody loves technology and wants to, continue moving, progressing and making progress, but not at the expense of somebody else, not at the expense of children, not at the expense of the environment, not at the expense of slave labor. And so as we've really tried to nail down, what do we do here at Element? What problems are we trying to solve? It's really the problems are being solved by you, by running your node and being rewarded for it. You are a solution. You are a big part of the solution that we are trying to provide here. We've got incredible tech. We've got incredible partners with these mines. We've got incredible products that you're going to hear from Gabe tonight about the NFT projects and the games. When people start to hear about us, I mean, basically, we have done very little advertising. We've done almost nothing. I mean, most of you guys have heard about us from word of mouth. We have come up with a new product, a new program that allows us to ensure that all mining and all parts of the world for all elements, gold, diamonds, silver, cobalt, lithium, is mined more sustainably, cleanly. And when you talk about what does Element do, can you imagine if we are this catalyst for this incredible change that's about to happen in the world, with making sure that all these elements that we all rely on, that we all need, don't come at the expense of the environment, of children, of slave labor. And we're the forefront. We're leading the charge on that. What we're doing is going to change the world. We have the right people on board. We have the right government connections. There's this growing movement in the world right now to address some of the problems we're about to show you. And we are at the forefront. The technology is there. The team is there. The relationships are there.
This is a picture that we took last week with one of the senior members of Parliament of the Kenya Parliament there. And the reason why these are important is because what we're trying to do specifically with the Element process, it takes really a top-down approach from the government level and the countries working together, and then a bottom-up approach with the consumers and all the people that are using those elements. Who, when we talk about governments, who are we talking about? And let me just say that we've had specific conversations with several countries, and that we've talked to several groups that work directly with United Nations and WHO, trying to help us figure out how to work with this, get the certification throughout all the countries worldwide. So it's a big process, it's a big effort, and like Scott said, and so we're trying to address that globally. If you look closely at this picture, right across that ridge is their most profitable mine in the world. And so there's literally tens of billions of dollars right here on our mine worth of gold. And it's great that we've partnered with this group, because the owner of this is very, very committed to what we're doing, and committed to mine correctly and bring in the environmental impact, the humanitarian impact, all merging together.
I think people look at this and they're like, this looks so small. Inside of this little room here is a really deep shaft. And David, we probably should have put some video of that in here, but it was, how deep was this thing? Like, it felt like
I
200
think
feet.
it went down about 200 feet, yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing underground mining here. So you can see that this really isn't disturbed as what I was expecting. So this is just why it's a great mine partner and showing the world how to mine correctly. And
I wanted to just point out briefly some of the impact of mining. This is from a mine right next to our mine in Tanzania. And this is a completely polluted, Chris, what was it? It was a huge, I can't remember the exact size, but this is a big, big lake that's completely polluted and has filtered down to the groundwater of the local people. And this is exactly what we're trying to stop. This is the humanitarian impact that is very negative that can happen if mining is done incorrectly. And this literally affects millions of people through the groundwater. Yeah, it was leaching out to the groundwater, and people, I mean, they literally die from stuff like this, and this happens all over the world. And this is why, with what we're doing at Element, we're trying to ensure that mining is done correctly in a humanitarian and ethical and environmentally sustainable way. So this is partnership opportunities working with several countries. We've got lots of mines all over the world. And that's what's cool. When everyone types in where they're from, guys, this is a worldwide effort. And if we can do this correctly, this affects everyone in the world who has a phone, everyone who has a computer, everyone who has a car. And Chris, as you play this video, I'd encourage everyone on this to please go to YouTube and type in Joe Rogan Cobalt Mining. And just watch this clip. It's about this gentleman who we've contacted, by the way, and he wants to get involved with us, just as a side note. But this gentleman goes through and he talks about the destruction of people's lives that is occurring with everyone who has a phone, everyone that's taking part in the technology that we all use every day, the lithium, the cobalt, the nickel, and we all do it. It's not like we're trying to be bad people. We're not trying to do anything, but we're trying to, we as a company, Element, we are bringing this awareness to everyone and saying, look, let's mine correctly. Let's make sure that the elements that are being pulled out of the ground are not only tracked, but they're also certified that they're clean, that no one was hurt taking these out. We don't have children that are chipping away and pulling those things out. So that's what we're trying to really change. And that's why it's important for us to have this top-down effort from countries working together and collaborating.
If you go to our YouTube channel, I think I put it live. Amy and I did a breakdown of this mine showing some of the size and what's going on and things and full production. And we've used some of the mine data here to influence what's happening on the NFT side. So as we hand over the next section here to Gabe to talk about the NFT project, I just wanted people to know that this mine, we're pulling some data points to influence that. So
Element has created what's called Gold Crew Atlas. And this has been created to deliver NFTs and games and these kind of things that work within the Element digital economy. And so this is some of the branding that we have, all about Gold Crew Atlas, powered by Element. And we'll be launching our first NFT collection, our Genesis collection, mid-March. You can follow us on Twitter, even starting today at Gold Crew Atlas. And we'll be opening up our Discord early March. We're also going to be revealing our GCA website, Gold Crew Atlas website, with more details about the collection in the next couple of weeks. There you'll be able to get more details about the project, how to mint or actually get one of these NFTs, hear more about the lore and story of Gold Crew Atlas. One thing that we wanted to make sure that was created for all of our node holders was this VIP allow list group. And what that means is you'll be able to have first access to purchase one of these NFTs. In the NFT space, being able to be on this allow list, kind of this pre-sale, is one of the most exciting pieces because it's almost a way to kind of guarantee that you're going to be able to purchase one of these NFTs. Because oftentimes for great projects like ours, these sell out, or it's called mint. They mint out in minutes. So I can share this range. Our goal is to keep pricing between $80 to $100 in NFT. And again, if you're on this allow list, this NFT VIP list, you're going to get it at the cheapest price. And then it goes up in cost as it moves from VIP node holder to pre-sale to public. So when we release the Gold Crew Atlas website, you'll be able to see a lot more information and details, but we did want to share, hey, what are some of the benefits of getting one of these NFTs, one of these digital collectibles? But first and foremost, and Scott has shared this a lot, and it's a big part of why Element was created, is that the sale of these is going to support humanitarian causes, right? Things that we're already actively doing, all of the products and things that we're developing here at Element, including everything Gold Crew Atlas, is to support humanitarian causes and areas impacted by poor mining practices. And if you purchase one of these NFTs, you will actually have a chance. We're going to do a raffle to win one of 200 real silver coins that we're going to be giving out. We'll also be doing sending out or raffling out a couple of Element Smart Notes. One thing that's really exciting is that if you mint an NFT, and again, this means if you are an original purchaser of an NFT, you will get an Element Light node. So by purchasing one of these NFTs, you're going to be folded into the Element economy and be able to earn digital reward from your Element Light node. So there's a lot of other value to holding on to one of your NFTs. And one of those pieces is that we currently have an idle browser game in development. And I'll talk about that more in a little bit. But if you're an NFT holder, you'll get exclusive beta access to this game. And so end of March, very early April is kind of the timeline that we're looking at. We are currently developing a process where you can get Element reward from being an NFT holder and playing the game.
It's like, okay, what am I getting from this? What's the utility? What does it give me? And so we know a lot of you here maybe are new to NFTs, and so we really wanted to give you a lot of incentives to participate with this, because the NFT project is also a part of how we want to do humanitarian work. So a portion of this is going to back to some of the communities and stuff to do projects and feeding programs and stuff.
You can see on the screen right here, that we wanted to share some of the game designs that we have to give you some more insight into the game. It is a browser game, which is an idle browser game. It was very intentional what we wanted to create here. With having an international audience, we wanted people to be able to play it wherever they are at in the world in their browser. An idle game is a style of game where you're able to check in and make adjustments and tweaks and optimize your mining operation, but then you can step back, live your life because you're busy people, and then be able to come back and see the rewards and things that happen from your mining operation running. So that's something that was really important for us. The game is going to be a free-to-play game, which means that anyone can play the game, but if you are one of our NFT holders and you commit your NFT into the game, you're going to get significant additional perks, right? It's going to be additional perks in regards to the game resources and playing the game, but we're in development of being able to earn actual element reward from being an NFT holder and committing it to the game. So those are some really exciting pieces. Some of the premise of the game, to give you some insight, is you can see from these machines and some of this map is, this is the future. The year is 3025, and Earth has exhausted its resources due to poor mining practices, which Element is working to stop in real life. And we've gone off planet to seek more resources for the planet. And so it is a space mining operation game. You can see here a picture of the concept and designed art for the HQ, transport vessels. This in the bottom right is actual gas extraction tool that'll be used in some of the minerals that are on this planet that we'll be exploring together. This is just the beginning to wrap up. This is the tip of the iceberg, honestly, in regards to this NFT collection. We have awesome future collections planned, representing different mines that we're working with, as well as, the game will have multiple seasons and chapters and all kinds of fun things, all tied to real world mine stuff that we're doing, representing those things, reclamation projects and humanitarian projects in the future. That's a big, big focus for us. And this is just another way to build up the Element digital economy for you to be able to participate, do some good, have some fun, receive some reward.
Is there going to be a mobile version of this game?
Great question. So that is definitely on the roadmap, right? Today is a browser game. We plan on releasing V1 and V2 still within the kind of browser desktop place, but we will be porting it to mobile devices. That is on the roadmap.
Gabe, thanks for your work. I have one last thing to say about this. Where have you ever seen a project? We're going to go live March 17th, and then bam, NFT project goes live, bam, game goes live. I wanted to talk about another one of our products, and so I'll be inviting Scott to join me during this one. This has been a big vision from what Scott laid out from the very beginning. Is we know that we can't stop all mining, and so we want to work with mines to raise the bar for ethical mining. And so we have the Element Ethical Mining Certification. You heard David and Scott allude to it, and so I'll give a few details and then ask Scott to come in here and talk about this. But the reason these certifications are hard to do is they rely on trust and verifying and tracking, and blockchain technology is perfect position to solve that. And so by taking the certification process and then bringing it with blockchain technology really brings on a powerful product that can really change the world.
And it can be done now because we have a couple things going for us. Number one, the technology exists to make sure that this is an open, verified, trackable process. Number two, there is a groundswell of awareness happening right now on what is happening in mining and how we are all complicit because of the technology that we demand. The insatiable desire of the world to have technology has created this problem, and we're all part of it. So we have seen this deficiency in the market. We've seen this deficiency in verification, and we're working with governments. We're working with different groups, celebrities, influencers to create and really take what has already started and amplify it and magnify it and make sure that everybody demands that their gold, silver, cobalt, everything is Element Ethical Mining certified. And 99.8% of all diamonds have what's called a KPC. but it's not a perfect system. It can be faked. It can be flawed. It is flawed. You can kind of skirt the system, and it's very narrow in scope. It only covers conflict diamonds. When you ask yourself, how am I a part of the solution? This certification is an NFT blockchain tracked certification. So when somebody becomes Element certified, they get their certification in the form of an NFT with an expiration date on it. That way, anybody along the entire supply chain of the jewelry business, gold business, can verify that what they're receiving has been Element certified. So we have to work with governments. We have to work with the community at large. We have to make sure that jewelry stores, people who are buying, demand that these elements are certified. And because there is so much damage happening to the environment and to these communities around these mining areas, and they're being exploited, to be quite honest. They're being taken advantage of. So everything that we do has to be representative of something in real life, and it has to benefit something in real life. So now we've got this two-pronged approach, the kind of the twofold mission of Element: digitize in-ground assets and create new economies that help the people in these mining areas, and certify the stuff that comes out of the ground. We can do this. There's such a huge market for us to do all these things. And we're confident that because of blockchain technology and you guys, that we're going to do it. And so when you ask yourself, what does my node do? It verifies the in-ground asset. We're building the NFTs and the game projects on the blockchain. You are the verification method for this ethical mining certification. So you sitting here in the United States or Europe or Asia are having a direct impact on what's happening in the Amazon and in Africa.
Why would the mines want to do this? And there's a lot of pressure on where things are coming from now. And so we want to make it easier for governments and mine owners to make sure that their products are able to be of high value and not seen as a negative to people and in the environment. And so this mining certification is something that we hope will make it easier for governments and countries and mine owners to have a really valuable product that people want to continue to buy from them. And so we don't want to be punitive here. We're not trying to hurt their businesses. We want to come in and help them. And by bringing this certification in their mines, it will make their product more valuable, and it will follow the entire supply chain. So now when you're getting a phone or jewelry, the Element certification can go all the way down to the actual suppliers, all the way down the supply chain. So when you're purchasing these things, you can see that it was Element certified. So it really is an all-encompassing thing. And we have a great team that's putting this together, that really is researching the components and putting together the tech pieces. And so stay tuned for this.
And we've already got one specific worldwide jewelry store that wants to use the blockchain to track all the way from the mine all the way down to the consumer. So these aren't things that we're just making up. These are things that we've seen in the market that don't have a digital counterpart. The Kimberley process is still a manual paper certification, and it's very limited in scope. So we know that from government pressure down and from really a groundswell from the community, that people will want, they will contact us to become Element certified, because it helps their business, because they can then show that this gold, silver, you name it, lithium is clean.
To wrap up here, I have a roadmap doc, and this will. I hope this doesn't make people's heads spin, but we have a lot going on here. And I know those of you that are buying nodes and already have them kind of want to know, well, what's my, what is the roadmap here? And so I'm just going to run through this. You heard a little bit. Our version 2 of the nodes is what's going to be going live. So that software is what we've been waiting on. So some of you have been asking, why are we waiting? It's because all these engineers have been working on this amazing new node software that's going to blow all the other ones out of the water. The Element certification process is now in phase 1, and we have our first mine. Everything's being worked on right now. The designs, the apps, our teams are all doing that. The carbon offset, we didn't get to really talk about that. We'll probably do another webinar to talk about this because it's so massive, but carbon offsets are huge. They're really, all the buzz right now is companies are being encouraged or even forced to participate with carbon offsets and carbon credits. And so we are now looking at, with our mine partners, how to create these carbon offsets. We've even looked at how to tokenize them. So we're currently pursuing carbon offsets and then also the ability to tokenize those. We have our gold custodial program that David's heading up here about being able to use and exchange your gold and silver. We have the Evault system, which is massive. This is the taking your jewelry and turning those into an NFT. Our team just met today and is mapping out the UI for those apps that will work with the jewelry stores. As Scott just mentioned, we already have jewelry partners that want this. So we're very excited to be pursuing this. This is a really big initiative. We have the NFT project that after the launch of the nodes on March 17th will go live very shortly. And then the game beta will be open to those that bought those NFTs while the beta finishes up. So we're really excited about these two. Those are coming really quick. And then the Element Marketplace, I think this is the sleeper hit here. Those of you that are wondering, people ask, well, what do I do with my Element Reward? You know, what do I do with it? The Element Reward is where you're going to be able to take that and sync it with your wallet in the marketplace and start to get access to things like the silver coins and swag and NFTs and other things. So if you decide you want to start, you know, swapping your Element for something in the marketplace, that is in the works, and we're working to get that live very shortly after launch.
Guys, before we wrap it up, let me show you guys how to actually go about purchasing the Element node. So I strongly recommend using Connect United. I have the referral link down below. You're going to need to create both a Connect United account as well as an Element account, and then link your Element account back to Connect United. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that process really quickly here. So first of all, referral links are down below, both for Connect United and Element. Go and create yourself an account there. Once you've created yourself a Connect United account, one of the perks of having a Connect United account is you actually have access to the Blockchain Academy, which runs you through all the intricacies and all the details of what you should know regarding the blockchain technology. It starts very simple and it gets pretty complex. So it's definitely something I recommend doing if you're not familiar with the technology. All right, so from your Connect United dashboard at the top, all you have to do here is click on buy nodes. So once you click on buy nodes, it's going to take you over to their menu, and you can see here Element smart nodes are $2,500. Now this price point, guys, they have purposely kept this price point for over a year now. They're trying to give everyone the opportunity to get in at the ground level at a good price. Normally, once a smart node sells, the price will increase. So as more smart nodes sell, the price continues to increase. They have on purpose locked this price at $2,500. So that is something to know, guys. If you cannot afford the smart node, you're still the light node option, which is $25. All right, and if you are interested in any of these other projects, which I, by the way, cover on my channel as well, if you want to check out those videos, you also have the option to do a bundle, which will give you a 10% discount. So if you want the bundle, all you would do is click all 5 of these, and you can see then the price would be today around $15,300. I did purchase a bundle about a year back, but at that point Pixel was not out yet. I had a different project. I wish I did it with Pixel. Pixel is a pretty cool project. I will make a video on that. But anyway, so if you're wanting to purchase an Element smart node, you would just click here, right? And then once this comes through, right now I can't do it, but you would essentially send enough ETH to cover the 1.5625 ETH to your wallet, which, by the way, when you create your account, you will also have to create a wallet that's tied to your account. You would send your funds to that address, and then you can purchase whatever you like, right? Again, light nodes, $25, the smart node, $2,500. Know this, once the ecosystem goes live on the 17th of March, the price will be unlocked essentially, right? So the price will start rising, and we're not sure if it's going to go immediately up to what it should be based on how many people purchased, or if it's going to start at 2,500 and then incrementally increase over time. But one thing is for sure, the price will not remain at 2,500, and you have until the 17th of March to make that purchase. So again, the other thing to keep in mind here, once you've created your Connect United account, you're still going to need an Element account, which I also have the referral link down below, to create your account and link it back to Connect United. Right, you're gonna need to link your accounts back to Connect United, and I have a video explaining exactly how to do that, so go and check that out. It's linked down below as well. And if you run into any issues, if you have any questions before even proceeding with this, jump into my Telegram. I am always in there. The community is in there. Folks in that community also are a big part of what Element's doing, and they will definitely help you out if you have questions on how to install things or other questions. They're all very helpful, so go ahead and jump in there. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.